The PMDG 737 is one of the best add-on aircraft for Microsoft Flight Simulator 2020. For this video, I've compiled just a few secrets about this add-on, and while some of them do seem to be advertised on their website, I'm not so sure many people are aware of them. You'll have to let us know in the comments, but without further ado, here are some secrets of the PMDG 737. The first one is something I genuinely was not aware of, and that's the ability to change the MCP type in the cockpit of the 737. By default, the Collins MCP will be selected, but by going to the following location in the flight management computer, you can change it to reflect a more classic 737. Now this, I believe, has come from very early generations of the 737 Next Gen, for example, some of the first examples of the 700. The second is also the ability to change some of the display layouts in the cockpit of the 737. Now when you install a livery from the PMDG Operations Centre, the aircraft will either come with the steam pressure gauge backup flight display or a newer glass model. However, the primary flight display, navigation and engine instrumentation will always remain the same. However, by going to the FMC, heading to displays and changing the type, you can get a more classic 737 Next Gen look. I can barely find any information on these older style of displays on the web. The only thing I can find is some references to the original Next Gen 737, the 700, trying to bring some familiarity for the NG with its older brother, the 737 Classic. Hardcore flight simmers would therefore probably only want to use this with the Dash 700, but nonetheless it's still cool to have a change of scenery in the cockpit. There are more options in the FMC too, for example changing the attitude indicator's shape. Most of you will be aware of the model cabin in the PMDG 737. This is sometimes customised dependent on the livery in use too, and it can allow for a nice point of view during or even after the flight in a replay. Now, PMDG never created a lavatory interior, much to the dismay of some people online. However, fear not, as the Boeing 737 business jet not only has an interior fit for a president, but also not one, but two modelled lavatories, so you can now watch your takeoff and landings from the comfort of a toilet seat in a virtual plane. Let's see you beat that, Captain Sim. The business jet also features a slightly different backup flight display to the norm. A small detail, but pretty cool. Whilst we're back in the cockpit, it's probably a good idea to mention that the PMDG 737 has fantastic failure options too. Not so long ago I did a video on the add-on Rand Failures, an add-on which somewhat makes up for the lacklustre failures in Microsoft Flight Simulator 2020. However, with the advanced systems of the study-level PMDG aircraft, a failure system to match is an incredibly welcome addition. You can go crazy and fail a huge amount of systems, or just create a poorly maintained aircraft with lower chances of a failure occurring, just to add a bit more difficulty to your flights. Now, we completely understand that this video is more on the novelty features of the add-on, but other secrets are more about the general systems of the 737, so if you've made it this far, please bear this in mind before leaving a comment. This is only supposed to be a little bit of fun. Likewise, if you are aware of these features, that's great, but hopefully it gives some insight to viewers who may be new to the aircraft or simply haven't seen these things before. By the way, if you're on the fence about purchasing this 737, I could not recommend it more. You can pick up the 737-600 from PMDG's website for just $35, which for a full fidelity study level plane is a fantastic price. Now, if you don't class yourself as a professional armchair pilot just yet, don't worry, you can generate flight plans using SimBrief fairly easily. Tutorial on this will be coming soon. And you can select aircraft panel states in the flight management computer if lengthy checklists scare you. The PMDG 737 also supports the add-on Your Controls, so if you have a trusted friend you can jump on together in a shared cockpit setup and share some of the workload whilst you learn. We hope you enjoyed this short video about the PMDG 737 and we'll see you in the next one. Who knows, maybe it'll be the PMDG 777 if rumours are true about a 2024 release date.